Hello and welcome everybody to today's video. Welcome to the Vee Academy. My name is Crumbrion, Professor Crumbrion, if you would. And today, we're going to be taking a look at a wonderful game that we played on Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. And be happy to get your reactions to it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you want to follow me and watch games in real time, check me out on twitch.tv/Crumbrion. For now, let's go check out the game. Thanks for watching.
3, 2, 1,
Two of our fires prized, or else we could have had the Regidrago powered up. I maybe if you try and access it on PC, it might work. We went second on that one too. That's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, that Dragomir would have been nice if we could have just set up a second Regidrago and then just been fine with that, because we would have been a lot less stressed out about it. But them getting 2 early knockouts was really bad for us. But it burned all of their bosses, so, and they didn't have a way to get them back. You'd need to check on mobile on the desktop, and you don't have a working laptop. Oh no, it's not good. No bueno. I just want block here. We also have Ultra. We put a fire energy down. We Ultra Ball the bosses, because we're losing it anyways, and the Prime Catcher. Or the Regidrago. We E-switch. Unfortunate E-switch, but needed. We need to preserve the fire energies. Okay. Guaranteed that down. That is good. That's a better hand for us. This is not a good matchup. We don't like this matchup. We usually have a pretty big bench size, so. They put another Palkia down that gives us a Prime Catcher target to get the Charizard out of the active, which is good, so. It's Terapagos Palkia by the looks of it. Looking like Terapagos Palkia. They put down Greninja, that would be good, because then we can just get rid of Greninja. Looks different than the Palkia than Vice plays? Yeah, it is. This is a promo card, I believe. We want to Iono. We know that they have everything they want in their hand from the Fanrotom, so we're going to put the Noctowls in the bottom. This is pretty good, actually. We know we have another fire in the deck. We can put Mew down. Would Mew be better here than anything else that we can draw? I guess so, right? Because we want to put down Mew and draw a card. Super Rod. It kind of helps. I'm gonna grab Prime Catcher and Energy Switch here. Yeah, there goes our second fire, so we're gonna have to Super Rod that back in. We don't Iono this turn. We put our fires back in though, with our other Drago. take out a Hoot Hoot. Actually, we just Energy Hurricane here. Because there's no point in putting damage on a second Hoot Hoot here. We just Energy Hurricane, set up a second Drago. Then we have a second threat on the bench. They can still knock this out, which is unfortunate for us, but they're going to have a harder time getting there now with just one Hoot Hoot, so they get the B-Star, obviously. I guess they don't have a Terra down, so they can't use Noctowl yet, but they've shuffled the deck a couple of times now. Well, there's the Terra, so yeah, now they get the Hoot Hoot. Get the Noctowl, rather. I don't know what they would get here, though, to be honest. Well, I guess yeah, this is going to force them to get the Area Zero, right? Under depths. It's going to force them out to do that. Yeah, this is unfortunate, because we're going to lose Drago here. Oh, we don't. They whiffed it. Okay, that's huge. That is very good. So they Ultra Balled for the Fez instead. That is excellent news. So now we can take out Palkia. And cash out. We can cash out our Drago at the same time here. I guess, why not? Do they have a KO here? Yes, they do. Okay. It is from this one. It is indeed. Because they can Palkia B-Star energy back onto this Palkia for a KO. They're here and they've hugged and they don't want to let go. Let's go! Say hello out everybody for me, Red. Hello everybody! Hello everybody. I'm excited. Prime Catcher, interesting. Interesting. Are they gonna go for the fully powered up one, I guess? They have Star Portal. That's bizarre. Okay. Going after Radiant Charizard, I guess? What the fuck are they doing? Okay, sure. That's 100% what you want to do. Okay. They take out 3, I guess, but that's fine with me. They leave my fully powered up Drago. I am happy with that. We are absolutely taking 2 prizes this turn. I mean, we have tons of cards on the bench that are boss targets. So what's one more? we don't. I don't think we have any energy left. It's fine though. This is the bigger damage dealer. So now we leave ourselves open here. They don't KO our Drago. Then we just have a KO on effectively whatever they pull up. So. Not entirely sure what the plan was there, but hey, they conceded. I'm not entirely sure what the plan was there for our opponent. Basically, the nice part was, and again, this paid off dividends for us by having the second Regidrago powered up, guys. You see how this happens? Like, we don't, and then we don't have to stress about getting a second Drago set up. So they get the Origin Form Palkia down. We're gonna go through this really quickly. So we have to energy switch the fire energies because we wanted to preserve the fire energy. We had to attach it to Ogerpon. So we get the Drago down after the Squawk and Seize, I believe. Oh no, wait, we had Nest Ball, right? Yeah, so we had Nest Ball. We had to attach a fire energy to the Ogerpon. I don't think we had Ultra Ball before we had that. 1 second, I have to check my opening hand. Did we? Oh, we did, yeah. So we Nest Balled. I guess I could have Ultra Balled for the Drago first and put the fire energy down to preserve the energy switch. But we had to Squawk and Seize anyways, so we had to just use the card. So, I guess apples and flapples, I suppose. But, yeah, we're going to lose the energy switch anyway, so it worked out either way. Didn't really matter where we played it. So then we draw, we get decent, because we at least get the Earthen Vessel with the Dragapult to go down. And we get more, like, energies to do stuff with, right? So then we get rid of that, and we have to end the turn. We do this just in case we get Ionoed. It's always important just to make sure that if there's a play that you have to make, rather, like, if it progresses your board state further by having Dragapult in the discard pile, progresses our board state further. Having the 2 extra energies is great, but we're not anticipating we're going to keep them, right? Because they could always Iono us next turn. But they play Irida, which is good for us because then they get a bunch of stuff down. They get the Buddy Puff and they Fan Call for their Noctowls, all that sort of stuff. They get the Hoot Hoots down, Earthen Vessel, yada yada yada. And then they grab their Area Zero Underdepths with the Rule of Region, which this is dangerous to do. It's dangerous to leave all of these pieces in the hands, right? Because, like, again, what we did is we definitively finished what we needed to do on our turn. So, like, the Dragapult's in the discard pile. It's not in our hand anymore. We didn't search for it. So, like, it's where it needs to be. And we've played the cards that we need to play to get there. Now, we still have Drago V-Star in hand, but they don't know that, right? So they don't know that we have a card that's good for us in our hand. They just know that we have a handful of cards and we were searching for stuff. So potentially we could have nothing. We could potentially have everything that we need, right? So now they're playing this stuff because they can't evolve the Hoot Hoot, right? So they get two Hoot Hoots, 2 Noctowls. So we know for a fact they have 2 Noctowls in hand. Now we know for a fact that they have an Area Zero Underdepths in hand. All they need now is a Terapagos, and they're good to go. So we don't want to risk that, and because we have there's 3 cards in their hand that we know that are very, very good for them. So we draw Research. We could have researched this time, but we have to Iono. We have to Iono because we have to disrupt what they have going on, and we know that we're going to put 2 Noctowls and an Area Zero's Underdepths onto the bottom of their deck. So that is huge for us. Very, very good, because that means that they have to exhaust more stuff to go and search that out, right? So we Teal Dance, we get Regidrago V-Star back into there. We get a Drago on the bench. We Ultra Ball. We Ultra Ball the Dragonite down because the Dragonite is going to be a very important piece of this equation here. So we get the Dragonite off of the Iono, which is very, very good for us because there's a number of things we could have done this turn we could have Dragapulted, right? We could have knocked out the Hoot Hoot, put 6 more damage counters on the Hoot Hoot. We could have put 6 damage counters on the, we could have put, like, spread damage counters across the Palkia and shit like that. We also didn't need to, because we know that, number 1, we have Giratina in the deck, so Giratina can one-shot the Palkias. Number 2, if we put an unknown amount of damage counters on the Hoot Hoots, if they evolve, they have 100 HP, so we have to commit even more damage counters to the Hoot Hoots to KO them. There's no point in putting damage counters on the Palkia because we can't put 8 down, and it's 280 if it evolves to V-Star. So 260 just brings us back to having to do 220, which we're just going to have to Giratina them anyways, so may as well just wait until we have Giratina to attack. So looking at all those things, it was not a great situation to use Dragapult's attack. It was much better. It paid off much, much more for us to have Energy Hurricane because we get the KO either way. If we use Dragapult's attack or if we use Dragonite's attack, we get a KO. And the benefit is Energy Hurricane. We take 3 cards out of our deck, right? We take 3 energies out of our deck that we know we have, and we power up a second Regidrago on the bench. So that is very, very good because now we know we have Regidrago V-Star ready to go as well. If we get Ionoed as well, we know it's back in the deck. We can get that potentially any point in time. So we Ultra Ball, we grab ourselves Mew. Mew is good to help us draw here. So we get the Super Rod, and then we get to Legacy Star here. We get 7 cards in the discard pile we end up grabbing. We needed the Energy Switch to have the attack off, so we wanted Prime Catcher, Energy Switch. So those were the 2 that we set out to do. And then we can Super Rod the 2 Fire Energies that we had discarded and a Regidrago back in just to get an extra card. We didn't need anything else. So we just wanted to Super Rod 1 more card back in so we're not in a situation where we're decking out. Then we have Prime Catcher. We Prime Catch up the Hoot Hoot target that we want to take out because we don't necessarily want to do nothing to the Origin Form Palkia that we know is going to be a V-Star next turn, and we know is going to be swinging for a lot. So we don't necessarily need to KO this right now. This is we can KO this later because it's going to survive our attack anyways. So we want our turn to be productive. We take out a Hoot Hoot because that way it shuts down him having 2 Noctowls. It's going to have to force him to play another Hoot Hoot to the bench. It removes his bench size it reduces his bench size by 1. We get our Drago back up here as well. So now with that being said, get the Energy Switch. We use the Energy Hurricane attack to power up our second Regidrago on the bench, which turns out to be a big move later. So it reduces their bench size by 1, reduces the attack of Palkia V-Star by 1 as well, and we get a Nest Ball. So pretty productive turn for us on our first attacking turn. So then they get Irida, so they get all the stuff that they need, right? They get the Origin Form Palkia, and again, if we didn't remove a Noctowl, this is dangerous, right? Because now they have the Ultra Ball, they get the Terapagos on the bench, right? So they get the Earthen Vessel, they get the energies, they get the basic energy down, they draw 2 more energies. They put the Palkia in the active slot, Terapagos is ready to go. They had the second Ultra Ball. So if we don't knock out their Noctowl, we don't knock out their Hoot Hoot, number 1, they don't have a reason to grab Pheasantipity because we didn't take a knockout the previous turn. Because we took a knockout, they're grabbing Pheasantipity with this Ultra Ball instead of grabbing Noctowl, and Noctowl could have gotten them Area Zero Underdepths, and it could have gotten them another Ultra Ball, which could have gotten them a second Noctowl, which could have gotten them more retrieval for their bench, right? It could have filled up their bench and they would have one-shot our Drago. Instead, they're 20 damage shy from subspace while killing our Regidrago in one shot, right? So it says 260. So that one action, by taking out the Hoot Hoot when we did an Energy Hurricane, we not only did we preserve our active Drago and set up, we set up a second Drago, we get to have another turn with our Regidrago as well because they have to grab the Pheasantipity instead of grabbing the Noctowl because now they have the Terapagos, right? So there were more cards that they wanted to use, and so they grabbed Pheasantipity instead, which might ultimately have cost them the game, to be honest, because they could have had Area Zero Underdepths. They could have had 3 trainers effectively. Like they could have had a stadium. They could have had 2 more cards to bring Pokemon back. Like they had a bunch of stuff that they could have played, and it would have been very bad news for us because that would have put them in range of having the Origin Form Palkia one-shot our Regidrago in response. 1 prize for 2 prizes. But now we get to keep our Regidrago, and we get to have our cake and eat it too. We have a second Regidrago on the bench, fully well powered up. So now because we have Professor's Research and we have enough cards in hand, we Ultra Ball for Giratina. Because now we don't want to Iona them, because they have a relatively small hand at this point. We know that we don't want to give them Noctowls to work with, so they're struggling right now. Otherwise, they would have played Noctowls, so we know they don't necessarily have one. So they don't take a prize. We don't want to play Iona to give them any advantage here. So we grab Giratina, and then we go ahead and Professor's Research. And we research away the Giratina. Giratina is now a usable attack. Then we have enough to restart, so we grab an energy switch. We just use it because, why not? It's going to be discarded anyways. So then we attach another energy to the Regidrago on the bench. Discard Giratina. We get a whole bunch of good stuff here, a whole bunch of goodies. It allows us to Teal Dance again. So the reason that we're very aggressively Teal Dancing a bunch of times here, we want to Teal Dance as much as possible, is because we're planning on using the Giratina's attack, Lost Impact, right? Where did it go? We want to use Lost Impact, which requires us to discard 2 energies from any Pokemon on the field into the Lost Zone. And so the more times that Ogerpon can Teal Dance means the more times that we can comfortably use Lost Impact without having to worry about not having energies to attack on the Regidrago. So the best case scenario for us, we're cashing out the Regidrago. So we're discarding the 2 grass from the active Regidrago that we're using, because this has 260 damage on it, has 20 HP left. So we're discarding the energies from this Regidrago because this one is going to die. Like, one way or the other, this one is going to die. This Palkia has no damage on it, so we have to use the Giratina's attack, and that's fine because we do 280. We take the clean cleave, take the KO. 2 prizes, boom, in our pocket. We get another energy. Great, because that means another round of Lost Impact. So we are effectively cashing out on our Regidrago. They have not taken, I think they have not taken a prize now. So now we're down to 3 prizes, and they currently have 0 prizes taken. So they put down Radiant Greninja, and now they have a play where they're grabbing Countercatcher and they're grabbing Palkia, because they want to Countercatcher something else up. Because we put down the Radiant Charizard to threaten the Radiant Charizard, which changed their way of doing this again, because they could have gone very differently. They could have gone for a very wide bench and then attacked our fully powered up Regidrago, which would have been very bad. So again, our opponent getting a little bit greedy here, seeing the opportunity to take 3 prizes, gusts up the Radiant Charizard because it is a threat for them. 100%, it's a threat for them. But the Radiant Charizard preserves our second fully powered up Regidrago on the bench, right? So they Prime Catcher our Charizard. They use the Greninja, which has weakness, to use Moonlight Shuriken. So it does 90 twice to the Charizard because it's weak. So it does 180 to the Charizard for a KO. KOs the Regi on the bench, which we had already resigned the fact that the Regi on the bench was going to die. That was fine. So they take 3 prizes, and they've met us in the middle at 3 prizes. So that's fine for us. Honestly, that's fine for us. They have a pretty good turn here, taking 3 prizes, but that just means that we have a fully powered up, no damaged Regidrago ready to take out their second main attacker, which is the Palkia V-Star. So we end up drawing Switch, which is fine because I think we put up the Regi in the active slot anyways. We get more Teal Dances down, so we just get more energies that we have available, so we can use the Giratina attacks. We have Boss's orders, so we were planning this the entire time. We had Boss in hand the entire time, so we didn't get hand disrupted. We have Boss. We gust up the Palkia V-Star again, fresh, 280 HP maximum as it could be, 200 HP Palkia V-Star. We Giratina, 2 energies off of, we had extra energy on the Drago, so we get rid of 1 there. We get rid of 1 on the bench. All of a sudden, Palkia V-Star is gone. Second one KO'd, and they really have no answer at that point. They had done a whole bunch to set up the Terapagos. Terapagos can only swing maximum 260 because Terapagos, and the reason that we targeted the Palkia instead of a Terapagos is because Palkia with the Area Zero Underdepths can do a ridiculous amount of damage that can eclipse Regi's HP total. So by taking out both of the Palkia V-Stars, which are very difficult for our opponent to manifest, as they are they're effectively stage 1, so they have to evolve. They have to be down for a turn and evolve, and they had no other Palkias in play. So we get rid of 2 Palkia V-Stars, and then all they're left with to attack with is the Terapagos. And so once Terapagos is up, it can only do a maximum of 240. Drago has no damage on it, so we just win that game. You love using Infernal Rain and your entire game crashes. That's amazing. That's amazing, Zenny. You had game and everything. I hate when that happens so much. So yeah, I mean, there you go. It's Palkia V-Stars with Terapagos and Dusknoir and stuff like that. It's a very potent deck. But if you understand the cards that are in Drago and the certain cards and the assignments that the certain cards have, you can pivot to it fairly quickly, right? So we know the assignment here. We have to take out Palkias with the Giratina. We don't waste our time by trying to chip away with Dragapult. We just power up our field with a bunch of energies so that we can use Giratina, because Palkia is not going to sit here and wait for us, right? Palkia is not going to sit here and wait for us to spread damage around the board and whatever else. Palkia is going to have a lot of damage available to it right away. So we have to make sure that we're paying attention to our own bench, which playing Drago, we usually have a full bench, unfortunately. We can't really get around that. But it all comes back to having the second Regidrago set up, all thanks to the Dragonite attack, allowing us to use Energy Hurricane, getting the wonderful 3 energy cards out of the deck right away. And thank you. Another game won thanks to Dragonite.